Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey, and if this is your first time seeing me, please make sure it's not the last time by hitting that red subscription button and the bell down below so that you're notified of new videos on my channel every week, and to also give this video a thumbs up because it does support me and this channel. And if you have any further questions or future suggestions for videos I should do on my channel, please leave a comment down below. I love hearing your opinions. I love discussing with you. I love interacting with you all. And a lot of my inspiration for videos on this channel is all thanks to you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. What I have been diving into recently has been into the world of Teachers Pay Teachers, but also I've dabbled into the world of Etsy. Now, I don't have any like physical products, and it's not to say that I'm not like creative or craftsy, but it's not physical products that I'm selling on Etsy, it's digital products. And I'm going to be talking about Teachers Pay Teachers and Etsy and just sort of sharing like what my strategy is in terms of what sort of digital products that I'm going to be offering on both websites. Now, if you haven't checked out my Etsy store yet, I'm going to make sure to leave that in the description box so that way you can check out if you need scavenger hunts for your birthday parties, or I also have Chrome Music Lab links on there, although I was not able to put in like all of my links, like what I was able to do in Teachers Pay Teachers, because there are some trademark things that Etsy was like,
yeah, you can't do that. You can't post any content like that.
I'm also trying to make sure I don't get dinged. The content that I'm referring to refers to like,
you know, a really popular movie that involves like witches and wizards and spells, and I think there was like a famous wizard involved. There's like a really big battle in the end.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get dinged on this channel for actually saying the title because I just don't want to get in trouble. If you haven't caught on what I'm talking about, I can't help you there. So what I'm showing on here first is my Teachers Pay Teachers store. Now, ideally, I would say Teachers Pay Teachers store would be a great marketplace and a great online shop that you can start up with if you have educational resources to sell or to offer to other teachers. You want to try to not get into the mindset of like, I want to try to earn as much money as possible. You really want to try to make sure that you're in the mindset of serving other teachers and offering resources for other teachers to use in the classroom. That's pretty much the whole purpose of Teachers Pay Teachers. But as we can tell from the stats that I have here, that when I look at, you know, what products I have seen on here, so you may have guessed, we're going to move that over just a little bit. So it is pretty obvious that my Chrome Music Lab song links do sell more often than maybe some of my other products. Now, that doesn't mean all the other products I should just delete those, because those get sales too. They just don't get as much as my Chrome Music Lab links. And it's not just like the kids who watch my Chrome Music Lab tutorials that are like purchasing the links. Music teachers, as you can see, the third from my top 5 list is the actual like easel activity that I created, where it's music theory using Chrome Music Lab. And that gets sales. That you can obviously see here, teachers benefit from using the music theory Chrome Music Lab lesson that I made on easel along with the other song links. So what I know is working for me on Teachers Pay Teachers, I'm going to keep that there. And another thing that I've also been exploring for Teachers Pay Teachers is also the idea of creating escape rooms and educational scavenger hunts. Because I know for a lot of teachers who want to help their students grasp concepts that they've been learning in the classroom, sometimes games like scavenger hunts can be a great resource for students to retain their information. So I have been kind of dabbling a little bit in scavenger hunts and escape rooms. And so at least for educational escape rooms and scavenger hunts, I've been offering them on Teachers Pay Teachers because I know it's what teachers would be looking for. So now the next shop I'm going to show you is Etsy. Now, I just recently opened up an Etsy shop, so there's only like 9 resources on here. Half of them are educational, and some of them are also duplicates, just to see if some of the products that I do offer on TPT, if I also offer it on Etsy, if I have more eyeballs on the product, and just to see if maybe I'll get more sales on one website compared to the other. Either way, if I'm earning money on both, then it's still an income in that sense. But the idea, obviously, for Etsy is also not to make money, but it's also to provide a different set of resources. And ideally, I am wanting to make fun scavenger hunts. So like for birthday parties, or even just parties in the classroom, or rainy day activities, whatever beholds you in terms of like needing something fun to do with your kids. So I got like a Bluey scavenger hunt. I got a Super Mario Brothers scavenger hunt on here. I also have my ebook about supporting your child in learning how to read using the Montessori method, because I had to throw that in there. So it's on Teachers Pay Teachers and on Etsy. So on both sites, just to see, will there be more eyeballs on this website compared to the other? And so what I have been seeing is not really much on Etsy yet. And I think it's just because, I did just open it up. So again, not a lot of people probably even know that I even have a shop to begin with. So, I've tried to use all the best keywords like in the tags on there, but there's only so much you can do. And I just have not had a really big opportunity to create new resources yet to add onto the site. So hopefully by the time I add more products, then more eyeballs will be in my store, more eyeballs will look at my products and be like, this looks interesting. I may actually benefit from this resource. Now, maybe your biggest question, if you're watching this video, is should I offer my products on Teachers Pay Teachers, or should I offer my digital products on Etsy? And my take on it is, why not do both? Because, on one website, it's going to do better than the other. But you also just kind of need to evaluate what type of resources are you wanting to offer. Because if the resources that you're wanting to create or you're wanting to offer are going to be more educational, then it may be a better benefit for you to just have a Teachers Pay Teachers store as opposed to an Etsy shop. But if what you have to offer instead is more on the creative side, or you have printables that can be designed for like birthday parties or at home fun things or craft projects, that sort of thing, or physical craft products, like keychains or mugs, or I don't know what's I don't know what's popular. I had thought about making like bracelet keychains like back in 2021 when like there was even like more chaos like in the week that my grandmother died, and like I just made like 50-60 of those keychain bracelets that you could like put your keys on, and like they still just been like sitting in the closet, and I've been using like half of them on my key rings. And I don't know how to take the best pictures to like make it sell worthy on Etsy. So if you're over here like, hey Kelsey, I kind of maybe want like a little keychain bracelet, like you're just gonna have to deal with like iPhone pictures and just not like the Etsy quality pictures on there. So you just have to get over that. Just so you know. But I digress. If you have resources that are more on the creative side and more for at-home stuff, then Etsy is probably going to be your better bet in opening the shop there. So, what would be the cons for both sites? And Teachers Pay Teachers, first of all, if you only have a basic account and you offer products on there, I believe Teachers Pay Teachers, they take a significant chunk from your earnings. So if it's a basic account and you have a product on there that's worth $1, then your total earnings is only going to be 25 cents. So, unless you get a premium subscription to Teachers Pay Teachers, which, because I have been so active in trying to grow my TPT store, for me to pay the $60 a year is worth it. Because as you may have seen by my dashboard on my earnings in my Teachers Pay Teachers store, I have obviously earned back what I paid for in my subscription for the year and then some. And then, like I said, my subscription for the year for my premium seller subscription is not even due yet. So there's no telling how much more I could potentially earn. I'm not saying I'm going to earn thousands upon thousands of dollars, because I like to think from a realistic point of view, and that majority of us that start these shops on Teachers Pay Teachers and Etsy, we're just not going to make all this money overnight. It's going to take some time. And because I had started taking my TPT store seriously last year, I've already seen more growth than I have before. So we just have to keep up with that upward trend of just taking those things a little more seriously. So, to me, I feel like it's worth the premium subscription if you're able to pay for it. But if you're just like, I don't know if it's really worth it yet, obviously the decision is up to you if you want the premium seller subscription on Teachers Pay Teachers. But that is just something to know if you're wanting to open up a Teachers Pay Teachers store. Now, the con for Etsy, I had no idea that when you upload products on Etsy, that you technically would have to pay like a licensing fee. The licensing fee for like each product is like 20 cents, which it may not be a lot, but it just also depends on like the products that you have and if they actually accumulate any sales. So I believe I think they last about 3-4 months for the licensing, and then it automatically renews, and so it'll automatically take 20 cents out of your account for having the products still on your listings as active and all that jazz. So whether you have earned money on the site or not. So depending on how many products you want to put on there, it can that 20 cents can add up. So it may not be much, considering like I only have like 9 products. So really, like at the end of the day, they would take like what, $2.20 in like November, I believe, which I mean is not bad. But at the same time, if I'm thinking about wanting to add more products, I would be scared it would take like $20 by the time it comes out. But hopefully, like, the idea obviously is the more products and the more that you make yourself, verifiable and like a person of like, yes, I'm a real person creating these products, creating these services and resources for you, that more people are going to be like, oh yeah, like, let's check this person out. Because it can be, it can be really hard to kind of like earn a lot of money if you only have like 3 products. I know for me personally, since I'm diving into more of like creating scavenger hunts for my Etsy shop type of thing, that's actually been really, really fun. And I kind of want to share with you a little bit more about like how I'm able to create these little scavenger hunts, and like super easy too. Like the way that I have created these scavenger hunts and the educational scavenger hunts has been amazing. And I love using the resource, and I love being able to like create my own with this resource. So let me know if y'all want to know what that information is, or if you kind of want me to dive in a little deeper about how to do these little templates, or like where I got this resource from. I can't say for sure yet, although my Super Mario Brothers scavenger hunt, I offer that on my Teachers Pay Teachers store, and someone purchased that on my Teachers Pay Teachers store as compared to Etsy, and they're offered at the same price, which I thought that was really interesting. I thought, I was like, well, that Super Mario Scavenger Hunt, it's supposed to be designed for at home and not necessarily like for school. So, okay, and this is where like having both shops and having, different resources or like some of the same resources, just to see like what could happen, if I offer both of these, because I feel like there is a lot more people who open up Etsy as opposed to Teachers Pay Teachers, which is another reason why I open up an Etsy shop, because there may be people that don't know about these resources that I offer on Teachers Pay Teachers, but they may more than likely see it on Etsy. But let me know down below, do you have a Teachers Pay Teachers store? Do you have an Etsy shop? Do you want to do both and see what happens when you offer resources? Or are you wanting to offer completely different resources on Teachers Pay Teachers and Etsy? Love to have that discussion with you. And like I said, I may be shifting things a little bit in terms of content. I know several of you, when I released my video about All School very recently, a lot of you had shared about different topics that I should talk about on my channel, like YouTube content creating. You talked about that I should actually share about my life on here. Like maybe I should talk a little more about the part-time job that I have, when I'm not teaching or doing these videos for you all. Like maybe you're curious about that. I'm not really sure if you're curious or if you care. I'm not really sure. But like I said, any ideas that you want me to talk about, let me know, and most definitely will consider it. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.